just want to make sure I'm all adjusted if I'm going to be filming a video. Okay. Hi. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I am a mom of 2, 3, or 4, depending on who you ask. I have 2 that live with me, a 9-month-old and a 9-year-old, and a 16-year-old who's living with her dad. And I have a 17-year-old stepdaughter who still comes over and mostly helps me with my baby, the 9-month-old. I work about hardly ever 40, but up to 60 hours a week as a 911 dispatcher. And I live in a tiny 800 square foot 2-bedroom apartment in a really nice area in the Bay Area. Meaning I pay a ton for something that's not upgraded and is cramped and definitely overstuffed, especially with a baby. I am gonna try my best to give you guys some pointers on how to clean with very little time, very little energy, and very little patience. I've already started, so I just decided to jump into this. I really, to be honest, and to be fair to everybody in my own life, I needed to not be filming a video. I needed to be working on things in the house before I was trying to tell other people how to live their life. And so I'm on step maybe 5, but I'm going to run you through really quick the other 2 steps that the other 4 steps that I did, and catch you up, and then show you a way to, it's not even clean, but it's more of prioritize your life crisis management style, so that if you've only got 2 hours in a week to take care of your home and your kids, you know how to prioritize. I don't know if anybody is like me. I get a lot of anxiety. I want my house to be really, really clean. I have really high standards. However, I don't have any time to maintain those standards. And I don't have a lot of money to be paying a house cleaner to come in every day, which would be what it would take in order to keep it up to my standards. So what I've done is I've created a list, and I posted it on a board, which has not been hung up yet because I'm not a girl who's good at power tools. I like them a lot. However, everything I screw into the walls falls down. So I have so far just made a list that I keep on this board on the floor. Here is my list. You're seeing different things here, but we want to get you over to this one here. Okay. And what you see is a list of priorities. I've got my kids at the top. I put the youngest first because they're the neediest. So if I've only got a few seconds in the day, they go to the first couple kids. I mean, they go to the kids, right? All the kids. But Johnny is my 9-month-old. So if she were awake, I would be making sure that my time did not go to dishes, laundry, or anything that falls further down than her. Everything would be going to Johnny, all the resources. So I'd be making sure that Johnny and then Ashlyn are taken care of. They had a really good dinner tonight. That was my priority. Spending time with them even can be a priority. Especially when you have so few hours in the day. I do prioritize them over all of the other cleaning, and you can kind of tell that by how my house looks. That's okay. I think that bottom line is when they grow up, they're going to remember that mom was there for me. She let me read my story to her. She made time for me. She let me she let me tell her about my day, things like that. So anyway, Johnny and Ashlyn, and then if the other ones were here, they would be also there as priorities. And then come the pets. They're helpless. They can't fend for themselves. Taking Rusty out on regular walks and making sure that the bunny is as happy as he can be is a priority. Rusty, where are you? Oh, so Rusty is well cared for. Like I said, I was on step 5. You can tell my dog is happy. So I've effectively gone down the list and checked him off. Couldn't be happier. Next thing up is perishables. If I've gone to the store and I've got anything that needs to be put away, that's obviously a huge priority. But again, if my kids need me, that's going to come first. So perishables are really, really high up on the list. Hopefully you can see that. I'm pretty good about putting groceries away right away. I also kind of have a rule that when I put the groceries away, I like to put them into a clean fridge. So that is the one time I'll toss out everything that's expired, make sure it's reasonably organized. I have things kind of labeled. I have the worst apartment fridge ever. And I do get a meal delivery service, which not everybody probably has in their budget, but I kind of make work for me because even going to the store can be really hard on a 60-hour work week. So I've got, that's actually cheese. It's labeled meat because I had to swap the two. And then I've got, you can see all the freshies. Every level is a different thing. This is always going to be fruit in here. It's easier for the kids to get to. The middle, or the second shelf, is veggies. And then I've got like meals and then sodas. I don't know. I need to buy a few more things, but it's not a priority. So, perishables, put away. Great. Next thing up is dishes. Like I said, I've already done that. I went around the house and I made sure that all of the dishes were collected. So that doesn't just mean the living room. That would also be maybe the porch, if people were enjoying a beverage on the porch, which they don't because right now it's too messy. It might mean the bathroom, if I was enjoying a beverage in the bathroom. I don't know. My daughter's room, which we'll get to later. The main thing is just finding the dishes. I don't want to attract mold. I don't want to attract bugs. That's a priority to me. So I'm going to collect all those things. I'm going to throw them in the sink, going to soak them and wash them right away. I'm not going to tell myself I'm going to let them soak 3 days. I know the lies we tell ourselves as single moms, and I'm not going to do it. I've got everything stacked up here. Yes, I don't have a dishwasher. That's another really nice perk of living in the area I live in. We pay astronomical prices in rent and we don't get any amenities. So we get to do everything by hand. Even laundry is a huge ordeal. So all of my dishes are now done. I did go ahead and cleaned the counters, but technically that's cheating. It's just they were so bad, I felt like they were almost a dirty dish because I was concerned they might attract these summer bugs. We have some in the area I live that are seeking water, and if there's one thing I can't handle, it's bugs. So kind of cheated there. Next up on my list was trash. That's the one I just finished. That means going around. It's really hard because when you see things, I think your brain is like, oh, I want to like put this back where it goes. But no, I take a plastic bag that we all have some from Safeway, and I go around the house, and it's all about just picking up trash only. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna let myself get distracted. I'm gonna put on my favorite podcast or a show, and that's it. I'm just on a trash hunt. And I mean, we used to sing a song with our kids. It's like, I'm going on a toy hunt. And that's when we were like cleaning up the playroom. And that's basically what you're doing. You're going on a trash hunt. It's not the funnest hunt you'll ever go on, but it is what it is. I just did that. I did that in my bathroom. My bathroom looked terrible until I went on a trash hunt. Most of the stuff in my bathroom was trash. And it's amazing how much better it looks. It was hard to clean up trash and not clean the counters. Because for me, I'm a very picky person. I hate seeing counters like this. And I want to stop and I want to Windex windows. And I want to get very detail oriented in things and like full towels and origami shapes like fancy hotels have, and get distracted, and that's why my life would be a mess. Just a trash hunt. If it was daytime, part of the trash detail would be taking it outside to the dumpster. In my case with the apartment living. It's nighttime. I'm a single mom. I don't really go out at 2 in the morning to take out the trash. I probably could. I live in a safe neighborhood, but I'm not trying to be a victim of any kind of crime. So I'm gonna do that in the morning, and of course that'll be bumped up on a higher priority, but also Johnny and Ashlyn will be awake, so they're gonna need breakfast and entertainment before I can get to taking out the trash, but I'll start right over at the top of the list. That puts me now at laundry. The way that's gonna work is I'm gonna go around the house. I'm gonna look for any sort of dirty laundry. Any clean laundry is not really in this step. That's another step. That's the step where things that don't belong in this room go to another room. So I have like these really nicely folded towels because I'm OCD. So they're folded like they taught me at Macy's. That's not going to be attended to at this step. What we're trying to do is make sure that we don't have our dirty underwear on the floor when our friends come over, or a nanny, or a house cleaner, or whoever may be coming over, our date, whatever. So you may remember from my bathroom, all of the trash was cleaned up. That looked really nice. But we've not attended to any of the dirty laundry. So we're not going to worry about folding our towels nicely. I do hang up all of my clothes that are able to be worn. The ones that can't be are all dirty. They need to be washed. They're on the ground. So those ones are all going to go into a bag, and I'm going to put them into my bedroom because, again, it's 2 in the morning. I can't do laundry. I'm not allowed to. Maria is this late and very nice lady that lives next to the laundry room, and she would not appreciate it if I did laundry that early, late, whatever. So yeah, picking up the laundry. I do want to show you my daughter's room. My daughter's room has gotten out of control. My daughter's room I have gone into and gotten all the dishes out of. However, she just throws things. She's 9 years old. She has a nice big room. She just throws things in there. It's also sort of our catch-all for organizing things. So a lot of that stuff isn't hers. And I've been buying things online to sort of redo her room because we just moved into this new apartment. So this is bad, but I'm showing you in case you're judging yourself, thinking that maybe I don't understand your life and that I haven't seen anything terrible. So this is her room. There's a walkway, but barely. You can see that we've got several organization techniques for her. All of these bins are separated by, or were separated by category. So there's a bin just for pens and pencils. There's a bin just for Barbie things, just for doll clothes. Everything was carefully organized. However, I think we can all understand that once your room is messy, especially when you're little, it's really hard to, you just sort of give up and you just want to toss things in. She's also really frustrated about her clothes when she's growing and they don't fit. So she just sort of shoves them all. Actually, I found out that she was shoving them all in the dirty clothes hamper. So she would like try something on, it didn't fit. It was freshly washed. She would shove it in the laundry hamper. Cool. So now I'm rewashing it over and over and over again. And then she's coming out in tears and saying, none of my pants fit. And I'm like, oh, I just washed like 30 of them. And I'm not kidding, because I like to shop. And she said, well, none of them fit. Well, then why have I been washing them for the last like 90 days? Okay. So giving her a little bin and saying this is the Goodwill bin, you can kind of talk to them. Most kids are pretty giving in nature. If you sort of explain that some kids don't have a lot of money to get new clothes, that'll incentivize them to get rid of things that don't fit. And then I also tell her, like, if you get rid of some things I can see, wow, she has no jammies, we need to go to the store and we need to get her some new pajamas. If you've got 40 in there, and which, no joke, she did, I assume I don't need to be shopping for you, and then I don't budget for that, and I don't make time for that. So we're working on that with Ashlyn. She's also very sentimental. She really likes her little knickknacks and things. They mean a lot to her. All of you out there who give her little mementos and post-its that say I love you, she'll keep them forever. And I can't pry them out of her fingers even when she sleeps. So in fact, tonight I said I might work on your room tonight while you're sleeping, and it took her an hour and a half to get to sleep because she was so afraid that I would get rid of things. Again, things need to be gotten rid of, but we don't want to do it in a way that disrespects them and causes them anxiety. I'm not sure about your parenting technique, but I wouldn't like it if somebody came into my house and took away things that mattered to me just to declutter my house. I do want it decluttered, but I want some say in it. And that's why this room is fairly untouched tonight. The rest of the house looks pretty good. Like I said, I'm up to step like 5 or 6. Her room is by far the worst. The bathroom would probably be next, and that's expected. I don't make it as big as of a priority as the living room and kitchen. The living room and kitchen, I think, look fairly good for somebody with a toddler and a busy schedule. So her room is a little bit untouched because I want to respect her privacy and sort of walk her through these steps as well. If you have any water cups, let's bring them into the sink. We should be doing that every night. We don't need 5 water cups a week, that sort of thing. Now let's get all your dirty laundry. What are things that fit? What are things, these are neatly folded. Let's not wash these again, because then I'm spending a lot of money I don't need to be spending. And I can spend them on new clothes that fit you. So, I want to include her in that process so that I don't create more anxiety for her. She will get rid of things if the process is fair and if the reasoning makes sense. And so it's worth the extra time and effort. So she will be working on that with me tomorrow. She's asleep right now, as she should be. I should be. I wanted to show you, so like I said, I'm completing the laundry. There was still quite a bit in the bathroom that I need to attend to. I have the next thing on here is meal prep. I think that health is a big priority. I didn't put it above my kids. I didn't put it above the cleanliness of my house. I don't want to be ridiculous if I'm going to be chubby, but my kids will not have bugs in their house, then that's way more important. Meal prep, important. I make some provisions for that by planning ahead for the week. If I can, I do that at work on county time. Thank you, taxpayers. Other than that, I try to buy things that are, I spend a little more to get them individually wrapped or individually packaged. So yeah, you can get a big thing of cottage cheese for much, much cheaper. My life is so busy that I prefer to get the individual serving sizes. If you can't do that, all the more power to you. That's better for the environment that you're dishing things up. For me right now, I have to buy things that I can just grab and go, or that my little one, my 9-year-old, can just grab and see, oh, this is a full snack, I'm going to take this to school. Yes, she does pack her own lunches for the most part. Again, I have the fruit drawer, the veggie shelf. She won't take anything from the veggie shelf. My 17-year-old now and my 16-year-old would have. I always had a sign, take one, and then they could have one junk food, and then a more hearty thing, I would say. So like maybe a sandwich or something like that. This would have been my snack drawer or my junk food drawer. This is all just like empty calories. You can see again, so much cheaper to buy a big thing of Takis, but I don't want to be arguing with her about how big of a thing to pack. These are just grab and go for the most part. It simplifies my life, and when my life is simplified, I'm nicer. So that would be that. As far as meal prep, I can get very detail oriented. I can plan out every single meal. I work night shift. and I have to be able to eat quickly because of the nature of my job. I'm a first responder, so I don't have time to sit down. I don't get breaks, things like that. So I do get one break at work, and I have to pump because I'm a nursing mom. Yay. So making the most of my time is crucial. Tonight I made spaghetti with meat sauce from scratch just because I'm on vacation and I was able to do that. Normally I don't have the time to do that. So I jarred that up. I'll be divvying that up into different serving sizes. That can be something Ashlyn could take, sorry, she's my 9-year-old, could take to summer school, and that maybe the nanny could even have for dinner, and that certainly I could take to work. We do have fridges at work, which is really nice, so I'm able to pack maybe a couple meals in advance, which helps. My freezer, this is all veggies and fruits. I've had to start stacking the meats here. I get Imperfect Foods, which is a great meal delivery service. Those are my drinks that are chilling for tonight. And, you know, I get like pound of ground beef. I always make sure that I have chicken breasts and things like that. So if I want to do curry chicken or something fancy, I can do that. I'll have on hand what I need. Otherwise, I'm pretty much shopping for the week. I don't buy a ton of junk food. I don't buy a ton of like Kraft macaroni and cheese, but I do like to keep one of those on hand. I think we even have a cup of noodle soup somewhere in this house, just because if I'm flustered again and I just need to knock out making people happy so that I can get to dishes so we don't get bugs, cool. That's like a quick meal that I can take care of. So yeah, that brings us down to like the 6th one. I'm gonna stop now because it's late. Sleep is super important. I don't have sleep on the list. I do have shower and health, but I don't quite know where to put sleep yet because I'd like to put it at the top. I think my doctor would like me to put it at the top. I work 12 to 16-hour shifts, but there are also things that are more important than sleep. So, I mean, fundamentally, I need to take care of my kids, even if it sacrifices sleep. Gotta take care of my cute little dog, even if it sacrifices sleep. But maybe laundry is not as important as sleep. So I sort of factored in that one's a little bit negotiable. I can tell by now that I've done quite a bit of cleaning. I've got through a lot of steps. House looks decent. It's enough to break for now and pick it back up in the morning. So thanks. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody. Might get more helpful later on. And just keep doing what you're doing. If you can only do a little, that's the whole point of this step process. If you can only take care of the kids and then you need to sit down and regroup or cry in bed or sleep longer because you have depression or you're exhausted or you're a first responder or you need to go make time for your spouse, who should also be up there with your kids on the list, then those are the most important things. Having this list, I think, really makes you feel like I've done the things at the top of my list today. I took care of the kids, and yeah, the house is a wreck, but the people I love are well taken care of, and they know they're loved, so that's enough for today, or that's enough for the next few hours. So that's really the idea of prioritizing things. So take care. Bye.